Ludwig Wittgenstein (1889 to 1951) stands as a pivotal figure in 20th century philosophy, particularly renowned for his groundbreaking contributions to the philosophy of language and mind. Born into a prominent family in Vienna, Austria, Wittgenstein initially pursued engineering in Germany before shifting his focus to philosophy. Under the mentorship of Bertrand Russell, his seminal work, Tractatus Logico-Philosophicus, published in 1921, is hailed as one of the most influential philosophical treatises of its time. In the Tractatus, Wittgenstein introduced the concept of linguistic analysis to elucidate the intricate connections between language, thought, and reality. His famous assertion, "The limits of my language mean the limits of my world," underscored the idea that language serves as the framework for our comprehension of the world. This work laid the foundation for logical positivism, profoundly impacting the Vienna Circle and shaping the trajectory of analytic philosophy. Following a period of philosophical introspection, Wittgenstein reemerged in the late 1920s and early 1930s. This later phase, often referred to as the later Wittgenstein, focused on ordinary language and the pragmatic aspects of communication. The posthumously published Philosophical Investigations, 1953, delves into language games and the context-dependent nature of meaning, challenging the rigid logical structure posited in the Tractatus. Wittgenstein's intellectual legacy extends beyond philosophy, permeating disciplines such as linguistics, cognitive science, and the philosophy of mind. His exploration of language's role in shaping human understanding remains a catalyst for ongoing philosophical inquiry, sparking diverse interpretations and debates within the academic community. Before we dive into these thought-provoking Ludwig Wittgenstein quotes, make sure to hit that subscribe button below. It's a small click for you, but a giant leap for staying connected with insightful content. The limits of my language mean the limits of my world. Whereof one cannot speak, thereof one must be silent. A picture is a fact. The meaning of a word is its use in language. Don't think, but look. We make to ourselves pictures of facts. If people never did anything stupid, nothing intelligent would ever get done. The human body is the best picture of the human soul. Philosophy is a battle against the bewitchment of our intelligence by means of language. The world is the totality of facts, not of things. To imagine a language is to imagine a form of life. The solution to the problem of life is seen in the disappearance of the problem. If a lion could talk, we could not understand him. What can be said at all can be said clearly, and what we cannot talk about we must pass over in silence. The limits of language mean the limits of my world. If you want to understand a person, you must understand his language. The aspects of things that are most important for us are hidden because of their simplicity and familiarity. Language is a part of our organism, and no less complicated than it. A man will be imprisoned in a room with a door that's unlocked and opens inwards, as long as it does not occur to him to pull rather than push. The philosopher's treatment of a question is like the treatment of an illness. It is one of the chief skills of the philosopher not to occupy himself with questions which do not concern him. The difficulty is to realize the groundlessness of our believing. A serious and good philosophical work could be written consisting entirely of jokes. Our craving for generality has as one of its symptoms the tendency to transform all the phenomena into facts. There are various kinds of nonsense. The most innocent sort is the sort you dig out of novels. To say of what is that it is not, or of what is not that it is false, while to say of what is that it is, and of what is not that it is not, is true. The aspects of things that are most important for us are hidden because of their simplicity and familiarity, even when all possible scientific questions have been answered. The problems of life remain completely untouched. I don't know why we are here, but I'm pretty sure that it is not in order to enjoy ourselves. A man's thinking goes on within his consciousness, in a seclusion in comparison with which any physical seclusion is an exhibition to public view. When we first began to believe anything, what we believe is not a single proposition, it is a whole system of propositions. What can be shown cannot be said. In philosophy, the winner of the race is the one who can run most slowly. The human body is the best picture of the human soul. The world of the happy is quite different from that of the unhappy. Don't trouble yourself about the idea of freedom. You could hardly get less than you have already. A new word is like a fresh seed sown on the ground of the discussion. The limits of my language mean the limits of my world. If we spoke a different language, we would perceive a somewhat different world. The real discovery is the one that makes me capable of stopping doing philosophy when I want to, the one that gives philosophy peace, so that it is no longer tormented by questions which bring itself into question. To do philosophy is to explore language structures. Philosophy is possible only as therapy. I act with complete certainty, but this certainty is my own. The world is the totality of facts, not of things. One often makes a remark and only later sees how true it is. If we spoke a different language, we would perceive a somewhat different world. A man will be imprisoned in a room with a door that's unlocked and opens inwards, as long as it does not occur to him to pull rather than push. A picture held us captive, and we could not get outside it, for it lay in our language, and language seemed to repeat it to us inexorably. The solution to the problem of life is seen in the disappearance of the problem. It is not how things are in the world that is mystical, but that it exists. I don't know why we are here, but I'm pretty sure that it is not in order to enjoy ourselves.